Hello everyone. So in this video, without wasting any time, firstly I'll just tell you about the objectives of this video. So what you after watching this video, what you will be able to learn is firstly how to scrape any normal website using GET request. Another, how you will be setting up the Tor proxy basically to enable or to reach out the dark web links of the Tor network. So we will learn this, and then finally we will be making a keyword based filter, and we'll be filtering out the dark web website based on the keywords. So this is our primitive objectives. So without wasting any time, let us get to the code. So for scraping any of the website, what we first need to do is we have to import a module named as requests. So I'll quickly import it. Requests as req. Okay, so first and foremost thing, if the request module is not installed in your environment, so firstly I highly recommend that you I'm right now using Visual Studio Code. So you firstly enable a virtual environment over here at your project directory. So for as I'm using Linux, so for me it will be Python 3 minus m env. Let's say I want to name my environment as env. Okay, and I have my virtual environment is done, and your of course your VS Code editor would directly will notice this activity, and basically will say you if you want to activate this environment and use that Python. So I'll just say yes over here, and it will, like, whenever I'll be running this code, it will be using that thing from now. So to enable in the terminal, the second command what you will need to type is, it says source, then env. Let me show you what we are doing. So in env there is a bin directory, and in this bin directory there is this active binary. So we need to activate this virtual environment by using this binary. So how we will do that? So I am just saying source. So basically this source command will enable this virtual environment. So to activate that virtual environment we are using source, and then we'll have to fire up that active binary. So how we will do that? So just to simplify the things, I am using this dot operator. So basically dot means your current working directory, then we are using environment. In the environment we saw it was bin, and in bin we saw that there was an activate binary file, right? And after pressing enter, you will be seeing over here that your virtual environment is enabled. Fine. So this is how we will enable your virtual environment. Let me just clear up the terminal screen, and everything is good to go now. Fine. So first and foremost thing, we will be pip installing requests module. After installing request module, the under required module is PySox. Now we are installing this PySox just because we also desire to scrape the dark web links. So we'll have to install the PySox for connecting it to the SOX5 proxy provided by the Tor. So as you can see over here, the Tor basically opens up the SOX5 proxy on your local host on your port 9050. So for connecting to that port, like passing on the request from this specific port, you'll have to map that port with the SOX5 with your this PySox. So after installing this too, I guess we are good to go. If we'll require any other further module, I'll let you know during the video. It says could not be resolved. Okay, let me just close this VS Code and reopen it so that it does find it all. Alright, so this also might happen with you as well, that sometimes after installing or after enabling the virtual environment, your editor might not detect it, but be patient. It also restart if it does not open it up, or it might not detect it. Restart and do some sort of the troubleshooting, and you would be good to go with it, right? So after importing the git after importing the request module, what we will be further doing is we'll be saying we'll be calling the request dot get method. Now this get method do expect the parameters. First, of course, the first parameter is the URL parameter. So I have this habit of defining any of the URL which I might be using over here, making a global variable of it, and then basically mapping that global variable over here. So something like this. And let's say for now we are just keeping https example.com over here. And now, so firstly we'll be scraping. We desire to scrape this uh, this URL over here, and let me show you the contents of this URL first of all. So I'll go to Brave and show you. So this is the website which we desire to scrape firstly. Okay, so what this get method will do, it will basically send the get request to this URL and get the response for it. So for storing the response, you have to store this response into a variable known as res. So now firstly let me explain you what is REQ and what is RES. So REQ is for request, it is short abbreviation for request, and RES means response, it stands for response, right? So we are getting the response, then we will check if the response is 200 or not. So there is something called a status code. So the response will be having status code, and if the status code is equals to 200, then we can go furthermore, and if it does not equals to 200, then we can just print something. I will be using f string, format string, something went wrong for this URL with status code and res dot status code, right? Okay, it is showing us error, somewhat error. Let's just put pass for now over here so that our error goes. Fine. So firstly let me explain you what is the status code. So if you will just do a quick Google search for the status code, you will get an idea what it is. So status code is basically something whenever you send any sort of request and you get a response. So basically this status code are also called the response code, and this response code by getting the response code, you get to know about how the response was. So there are these 5 categories, and the category, like if you get any of the number between 200 to 299, it means your response was successful. And if you get the response code as 200, everything went well and your response was successfully successful. That is what all I can say. And another category, like as you can see, for your 300 to 399 there are some redirection messages. Then for 100 to 199 it says some sort of the informational responses. Then for 400 there is a very famous status code called 404 or 404, which means the file not found, or not available, not found. So it is basically client side, like client error response. then for 500 to 599 something went wrong on the server side. So you also might have faced some sort of error called 501 or 503. So those or those all are of server side, right? So you can go through this documentation and you can learn about it if you want, but for now I am of course not discussing all of this because it is beyond the scope of this video. So now, as you know, we are just doing this just to not get any sort of error after getting this response. Now what we want is we want the HTML out of it. So for getting the HTML, the response will have content, sorry, the response will be having content, and this content will have our HTML inside it. So let me print this HTML variable over here, and let me just save this file and run this file for now. As you can see, we are able to get full content over here. And by the way, as you can see that this string is a byte string, as you can see a small b over here. So this is a byte string, as this content will be of course containing the bytes. So if you don't want the byte string, the simple thing what all you can do is you can use the decode function over here, and now when you will run this, you will be having the simple string over here, and when you will print it, it won't be printed something like this, and now it will be in a formatted way. So basically now it will understand that this /n is a new line character and not some sort of the random byte string, and it will be printed in a nicely formatted way, in a nice HTML what our eyes are desired to see or friendly to see, right? So this is how you'll be getting the HTML out of it, right? So yeah, I mean this is pretty much it. This is a simple code. I don't know why this was included, but yeah, we do not need like there was no use of that line, but the like I used HTML for as a name of my variable, so some of the auto library was inserted by the auto suggestion of this VS Code. I don't know why, but anyways, we have deleted that, and now it will be used as a variable. Just to confirm it, I'll be quickly running it all again. Okay, it is already running over here. Let me just clear up the screen of the terminal and run it all again. So yes, now it is running and we are getting the response, and finally we are good to go with it, right? So we are getting the response and all is well. Let me show you the website. This is our website. Let me show you the source code for the same. So this is the source code, and of course you will be seeing this the same HTML over here as well, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. Okay, so now our first thing what we wanted is done till this moment of this video, right? So the surface, like how to scrape the surface web links are done. Right now what we need to see is how to set up the Tor proxy and how to scrape the dark web links. So for setting the Tor proxy, I have already made a video which is already opened over here. You can use this link for going as well. I will definitely include this link in my description of this video, and you can firstly watch this video and you will know how to set up it and everything I have included in it, so no need to worry about it. And now how to like I have made this video for the Windows, so I'll be showing you how to set up it in Linux. In Linux it is very straightforward. First and foremost, you'll have to, let me first exit the virtual environment over here. So for for it, it is e/bin e/bin. Okay, okay, virtual env over it. Okay, fine. I knew where it did come from. So let me go to my desktop, let me go to my disk id, and here there will be yes. So now source e bin. Okay, I need not to include source. Let me go to the specific location, ls, and then finally run deactivate. But I am not able to see deactivate over here. Anyways, it is all good to go. I'll just simply exit this terminal and it will be deactivated automatically, right? Fine. So I was showing you how you can install Tor proxy, right? So in Linux, as I said, it is quite straightforward. You just need to do sudo apt install. Of course, if you are using Debian based thing, there will be apt for you, and if you are using, I don't know, Fedora or something, you will be using yum package manager by So anyways, as it is Ubuntu, it is Debian based thing, you will be using sudo apt install and Tor. I will be quickly entering my password, and as you can see, Tor is to the latest version as I have already installed it. So after installing this, you just have to type in Tor and then press enter. Then everything, you will be also seeing some logs like this. Like this, you will have to be patient and have a hold for a while, and then once you see this bootstrap equals to 100%, you are good to go, right? So yeah, I mean that's that. Okay, so this is like this thing is done till now at this point, right? So this much is done. How to set up the Tor proxy is done. Now how to scrape the dark web links. So for that, it is very simple, guys. We just have to firstly initiate the Tor proxy variable over here. Like I have a habit of storing an important informations into the global variables. And in this we have to define for our HTTP as well as for our HTTPS. So I am right now making a dictionary, and in this I'll be including sox5h on localhost on port number 509550, and the same address will also be mapped over here. Okay, so now what I have written, let me explain you that as well. So whenever you will be owning your Tor proxy, as you can see on localhost, it is on port number 9050. So same port number I have written over here, and the one who do not understand between this localhost and 172.0.127.0.0.1, so basically localhost and this are the same thing. Basically this is in numerical format, and this is in a host name format. So both of these things are same, so don't worry about it, or else if you are being confused, then just simply type 172.0.0.1 and you'll be good to go, right? So here we have set for, like, if there is any HTTP or any HTTPS request which might be fired up by our request module over here, then it will be sent to the SOX port which we have opened on 9050 port by our Tor proxy, right? So then that request will be passed on at this port at our local host, and then from this port to the Tor networks it will be passed on. right? So that is how we will be connecting, we will be connected to the uh, tor like tor networks, right? And to the dark web links of the tor network. Alright, so now I will be showing you a simple example of how the like in the Brave browser there is an mode for the Tor, like if even like if you want to browse any of the Tor websites, then you can directly Onion websites, then you can directly pass on the URL and you can see. But definitely I do, like the Brave browser themselves do say that they do not recommend of using it, like if your if you are privacy, if your privacy is being hindered. But like in case you don't want to install Tor browser and you try, then this is a quick way how you can try it out. So I'll quickly pause the video. As you can see, it is being initiated and it might take a bit of time, so I'm just quickly pausing the video for a bit and then I might be unpausing it. Okay, so guys, I have, like for this demo I'll be using the Ahima's search engines URL over here. Now as you can see, this URL contains .onion extension, so it is an onion link which can only be browsed using Tor networks. So I have connected my Brave browser and I have already searched it. So because of course Tor networks performs the Tor relays, so it is quite slow for browsing the things, but of course it is worth it when you are being provided with the anonymity, right? So it's fine. So it would have might taken a bit of time, so I have already kept it searched over here. Now as you can see, this is how basically the website looks, and this is the URL of the website. Now of course if you might be using a simple web browser for it, uh, you might be getting this sort of the error, right? Because of course you are not now using any sort of the Tor proxy or something like that, and for Brave they are providing it inbuilt in their browser as well, so they are recommending me to use Tor over here as well, right? So it's fine, we have already been searched for it, so I will not be using it again. Now let us quickly jump into the code and let us see how we will map our Tor proxy for our HTTP and HTTPS requests. So it is quite simple. Now we have made our directory for this mapping, and now we just have to attach it by using proxies and then our Tor proxy. Okay, so now a very quick way to firstly verify that you like your location, you are like your Tor is working fine. So how you can do it is getting any sort of the IP API and then fetching out that its content and visualizing that you are being like you are like comparing your location, that is the location of your IP the same where is the same where you are currently, or it is different, it is any sort of the foreign IP or any sort of the other IP other than your current location. So that is a very quick way to verify it, right? For now, of course, let me find some. Let's use, I guess IP API is one of the thing. Right, so as you can see, I am currently in India, I am not in Germany, but it shows me this location. So I'll be just copying this URL, I'll be pasting it over here, and then I can just quickly run our code again, and we are getting response over here. Okay, firstly let me clear up the screen and then let me rerun our code again. And as you can see, we will be finding something very important over here. Okay, so this is our public IP. And how do I know this? So like if you just inspect element over here, and when you just see this, you will find a form tag over here, and in that form tag there exist this all labels, right? And if I just quickly search for this over here in this filter of mine, okay, let me just quickly do Control F. Yes, over here, then there exist only 3 results of form and only one tag of the form. So this is the thing, right? And in our case, we just have to find the form tag, and once we find that form tag, we will be good to go. Okay, so here is our form tag, which is the same as this. Then if we just want this value, so for like, see, now let me explain you one more thing, that this Tor the Tor proxy used by the Brave browser is different than the Tor proxy which is being used by our desktop. Our desktop on the local host, there is a port open on 9050, but talking about this Brave browser, it is using its own virtual sandboxed environment, and in that they have initialized Tor. So this Tor and this Tor are different, so of course our locations would also be different in that case. So let us see. Okay, in this the first input is this, and as you can see our IPs are different. So this IP is different from this IP over here, and this is the public IP which is being given to us by this like this Tor services, right? And like let us see if we can find the longitude and latitude. Okay, so these are our latitudes, as you can see, and these are our longitudes. And other than that, okay, so we are in Australia, guys, now. So talking about this, like now we can be pretty sure that we are connected to the Tor proxy, and as you can see that we are right now not connected to our hometown or our home country. So we can be pretty sure about it that now our Tor proxies are connected. Now we will be using the same URL for our AHIMA search engine, this one, and we will be seeing what results now do we get. And here we'll be using HTTP only, because I don't think that this supports here, as you can see it says not secure, so it will be using the HTTP only. Let me just copy it and let me see that I was correct or not. So yes, I was pretty correct. It uses HTTP and not HTTPS, and that was the reason why it was saying it was not secure. But anyways, it doesn't matter. When you are browsing dark web, you care less about, like, of course you do care about the security, but not about the HTTP or HTTPS things. Okay, anyways, let me be on a point and cover up and finish this video, because I might be carrying a lot of hours carrying on and explaining you guys, but let me stick to the point. Fine, so here we are up, we have cleared our terminal, and let us rerun our code again. And once we get a successful result, and congratulations guys, you can now scrap any of the dark web URL this way. And as you can see, I'll be showing you the source code for this. Control U, this is the source code, right, for the HEMA search engine, and you can just verify it by getting this sort of a text in your terminal. If you are getting this text, it means you are all good to go. Okay, let us find. Yes, abusive material not allowed on HEMA. Okay. Yes, here you can see abusive material. Okay. Yes, here you can see abusive material is not allowed on HEMA. See our href this so and so. See, so now you can be pretty sure that whatever you have scraped till now, you have scraped it. You have scraped an dark web URL, and yeah, I mean that's it. We are done. We have successfully scraped the dark web URL that way. Okay, so now our second objective is fully covered up. Now it is all also done, right? And now the third thing which remains is it is very simple. I think that you should, as in a form of an exercise, you should try it your way. You can just pause the video and you can first try by yourself. Basically, you just have to get this HTML over here, and you just have to see that if any sort of the keyword is existing in this HTML, and if it is existing, you just have to print that, like you just have to print the keyword over here, or you have to just say that yes, this URL exists with this keyword, something like that. So you can, as in like in the form of an exercise, you can give it a try, right? So of course I won't be waiting. I will be quickly making a dictionary, or let us make a list of it, keywords, and here I'll be including, let's say the first keyword what I want is hidden. Let's say I want a word hidden inside me, and yeah, I mean let us stick to one word for now, and let's of course also keep some other word. Let's say I don't know, let's say more, right? And now I will just be iterating over the keywords, keyword in keywords, and I'll be printing if keyword in HTML dot low. Of course we'll have to lower whole of the HTML, because the keyword what we'll be comparing it with will be in the lower case, so it might contain capital H in our HTML, but we'll be doing it all in a lower case, and then we'll be comparing it, right? So if basically we are finding it, then we'll be printing, let's say F string only, and we'll be doing this, and then we'll be saying keyword found in this URL, right? So pretty straightforward this way, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. And let's also enter some randomized keyword. Let's say this is the keyword, of course, which would not be found in this HTML which we have scraped, right? So let us quickly check it now. For now we are now not printing this HTML again and again, so let me first clear our terminal, and now let us rerun the code. And as you can see, we are successfully able to make this filter. So there is a hidden keyword which is also found in this URL, and then there is a more keyword which is also found in this URL. So I mean, congratulate yourself, guys. You have successfully also made this keyword based filter also. And now the possibilities are endless. You can do numerous of things with this knowledge, right? You can scrape numerous of the websites. You can make a web crawler. Now you can just get then anchor tag like the links whatever found in this web page, make a list of it, store it somewhere for your use, and then scrape those links again. And the possibilities are endless, right? So you can do wonders with this knowledge. And this is a bonus round. I mean, this knowledge is quite much if you want to give it a start. And I am also including one of the bonus round, wherein you specify the links in the text file, and then iterate over those links and then scrape those links. So I'll be making it right now in this video. So if you want to learn it how, just stay tuned, watch the video till the end, right? So I'm just including this point. Iterate over links.txt file containing links to scrap, right? So you can make a list of the your desired website to scrap, and then finally you can start your scrapping. So you can do something like this. You can make url.txt. For now, let us just delete this file just to avoid the confusion, and make a new file called links.txt. And then okay, so one more thing, you also have included this torsox proxy, right? So by this, like by connecting this torsox proxy, now you are free to scrape any websites, be it a surface web website or be it a dark web website. You will be able to scrape it. So in your links.txt you can make, like, the possibilities are endless, guys. That is all what I wanted to say to you. So let's define some of the results. Let's say example.com, let's say https, let's say google.com, let's say https, I don't know, any website, let's say youtube.com, right? And you can just update some of the, like, your desired keywords over here. I'll give some of the images. I'll say, I don't know, what should I say, any of the, let's say I include one of the tag, let's say a tag. Like, by using this way you can also see that if there exists any sort of the links in the scraping URL, so that way you can also see that tags. And of course you can use regular expressions and you can fetch out the links that way, or else you can use beautiful soup, and there are many of the libraries which you can use. If you want to learn about that, then comment it down. I'll also, if I'll be able to, I'll also make the video for the same as well. Okay, so for now I guess this much is enough, and let me make a function out of it. Let's make function called script, and here we'll include URL. I'll just give it a tab over here, and we have made a script function ready, and now we can use it however we want. So we'll simply call this script function. Okay, so of course some of you who know Python, you might say me that you should include underscore underscore name equals to underscore underscore man underscore underscore and then finally call the script function. But okay, it's fine. Here we'll be including the same URL, right? What we have used will be using over here for now, just to give it a check everything is working fine. And here we might not be seeing anything. Okay, it found the images keyword over here, so it's good. So it is working all fine, guys, right? Now what we want is we want to iterate over this our links.txt over here, this one. I'll just quickly save it, and I want to iterate over this links.txt and get our results that way. So what I can do now is I can define a for loop, or else I'll just make a function called scrap from files. Scrap from file. Here I'll give path as my input, and then I'll just open my file from the path given here as f, and I'll just say I don't know, links is equals to f dot rate lines. I would say this is an inbuilt function, and then finally I'll be filtering out the links by list comprehension. Basically I need to do this because whenever you will be using the links from the links.txt file, as you can see you have pressed enter over here and now you are using this. So whenever we'll be reading the files, like reading the content from this file, after every enter there will be a new line character over here. So you have to avoid this new line character and replace it by nothing, by the empty string. So that is what we are doing over here. We are filtering out the links. So I'm saying link in links, right? And then finally from this link we will be replacing \n with nothing, right? So this is what we'll be doing. And then finally once our links are ready, we will be iterating our link from in links, and then we'll be calling script function directly over here. We'll be seeing what the result we get, right? Okay, so our scrap from file function is also ready. So I'll just quickly just call my scrap from file function, and let me just save this again. And here I'll be saying, I'll be using raw text over here, and I'll be saying links.txt. Now okay, I am right now using the relative path. As you can see, I have not given up the full path, which is full path is basically called as absolute path. I have not given the absolute path, I am just using the relative path over here. So now let us quickly check if everything goes well. Let's see. Okay, so firstly in example.com it did not find any sort of the keywords, but in google.com and in youtube.com it did find, right? So this is how you can do the wonders, guys. That is all what I can say to you, right? So yeah, I mean that is pretty much it, and we have successfully even completed the bonus round right now. So let me write done over here, and I mean congratulate yourself, guys. You have learned a lot today. I don't know what is the timing right now, how much. Okay, it is 44 minutes. It is already a long video. Let me not extend it even further more. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you liked what you saw, if you know someone who is struggling with these things right now, you can share this video with them. You can share it with your friends, or else you can learn this thing. You can make one of yours and show it to your friends just to flex with just to flex with them. And that is it from my side, guys. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye bye. Have a great day ahead.